Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building, y'all. Welcome to the Flavor Flav Show, the original podcast, baby. Hey, yo, check 1, 2. Now, God is good, you know what I'm saying, for real, and he puts good people around my life, you know what I'm saying, for real. My first guest, yes, was my boy, the one and only heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time up in here, you know what I'm saying? And hey, we really kicked the lyrics strong, you know what I'm saying? And that show was big to me right there, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm getting ready to take y'all into the world of culinary, baby. Yeah, that's right, G. You know what I'm saying, on the strength. And let me tell y'all something. Yeah, that's right. It don't get no bigger than this. You know what I'm saying, for real. My second guest ever on my podcast. I'm so excited. I'm excited for this right now, G. To interview this wonderful man right here, G. Let me tell y'all something about this wonderful man right here. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he started out as a chef. He's one of the world's famous. You know what I'm saying? The world's famous. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. This man did so good for himself. Right now, he's got over 42 restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Including all of the ones in the airports. All that. You know what I'm saying? For real. And it don't get no bigger than this. So, I ain't gonna keep y'all waiting. You know what I'm saying? Because my last name is Drayton. Hey, yo. Next up, right here in my studio, I am so honored and so pleased to have the one, the only, the man himself. Yeah, that's right. Y'all ain't even think I could pull something like this off. But guess who I got in my studio? Wolfgang Puck.
Well, hello.
Wolfgang!
How are you?
Hi, Wolfgang.
Nice watch. Oh, you think it fit on my wrist? Oh, I would look nice.
Come on, y'all, look at this. Wolfgang Puck, everybody.
All right.
The man himself, Wolfgang Puck, baby. Hey, have a seat.
Podcast, music, and good food and good drink go well together.
I'm trying, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for coming to my show. Thanks for coming by my studio. This is so honored right now.
Thank you. No, I'm so excited to be here because I remember the public enemy you are, and so I love your music, your beginning of rapping and everything, and I always listen to it when I'm in the car driving from place to place. So
Can I tell you what shocks me?
Yeah.
That a man of your stature knows my music, and you know who I am.
See?
And let me tell you something. That is not small to me, sir. That's big.
Yeah, I know a lot. I love music. I know a lot of them. You know, I had dinner a few days ago with George Clinton. I don't know, you know him?
Yes, I know George, man.
Funkadelic guy.
Yes, and George Clinton happens to be the father of our country.
Yeah. I said so.
Hey, have a seat, Wolfgang. Have a seat.
Right.
Wolfgang Puck, y'all. Wow.
All right. Oh, you have a recipe book here too.
We ready?
Yeah, we sure are.
Hey, yo, so check 1, 2, y'all. Flavor Flav right here on the Flavor Flav show with no other than my man, Wolfgang Puck. How you doing, Wolfgang?
Hey, now I know everything about flavor. I'm happy already. You know, it couldn't be any better. Cooking is all about flavor.
Yes.
Music is about flavor. So I think we are really should go on the road. I think so.
Hey, you know, I got me a culinary arts degree way back in 1978, Wolfgang. You know what I'm saying? And when I got my culinary arts degree, I was doing institutional cooking.
Yeah.
You know, cooking pans of rice, pilau, fettuccine alfredo, crepe Suzette for like 400 people at one time. And then I got into the restaurant business and learned how to run a few restaurants and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I did my cooking thing back in the day too. But nobody has done it like you. I mean, You was born in Corinthia, Austria.
Yeah, exactly.
What was it like growing up there?
You know, it was totally up, if we can say like that, you know.
You
on
can
your
say
show.
anything you want on the podcast, bro.
Because my stepfather was the worst stepfather you could wish, you know. I think he really treated me, my mother, my sister, like really bad, you know. And he used to be drunk all the time and everything. So I could not wait to get the hell out of the house. You know, that was my dream, was to leave. So finally, he always told me I was good for nothing and so forth. So finally, when I was 14, I left. Now, my mother was also a chef, a cook, you know, in a hotel. And they found, the owner of the hotel where my mother worked, found me a job as an apprentice. So at 14, I moved 50 miles away from...
To where?
To Villach, which is a small town there. Okay. And there was a hotel called Hotel Post, and I started to be an apprentice. Wow. After a month or so, we ran out of potato purees and mashed potatoes, whatever it was, and it was all my fault. Meanwhile, I wasn't even 5 feet tall. This kid, you know, who didn't know how many potatoes they needed or whatever, but they blamed it on me, and the chef calls me over and says, "You are good for nothing. You should go home to your mother. She should breastfeed you for another year so you grow a little bit more." And he went on and on, ranting and raving. Little did I know he was also a fucking drunk, you know, just like my stepfather. And then he calls me over and says, "Go back home to your mother. Go back home," and so on. And went on and says, "You're fired." So I said, "I'm never going to go home." You know, so that day...
And all of this is at 14 years
old? At 14,
old?
yeah.
Wow.
I stood on a bridge going over the river. I said, "I'm going to jump in the river before I go back home." So I said, "This is it." I stood on the bridge and I looked down for probably 45 minutes or how long it was. It seemed like an eternity. And then finally, all of a sudden, the light bulb went off in my head, said, "I'm not jumping. I'm going to go back tomorrow." So I went home, couldn't sleep all night. At 7 in the morning,
Were you going to jump?
Yeah, I want to kill myself.
Wow.
So I said, you know, I'm not going, because I did not want to go home. I did not want my stepfather to say, "See, I knew you're good for nothing. You're back already." You know, I said, that won't happen. I'm much rather kill myself. So, but...
And I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, well, even me, I'm glad I didn't. So... Then the next day I went back, and the apprentice was so happy to stay. The apprentice who was above me, that I am back cleaning potatoes, peeling potatoes and onions and doing all that crap down in the vegetable cellar. So he put me down in the vegetable cellar, brought me a little soup sometimes, some days some sandwich. After a few weeks there, the chef comes down and looks at me and said, "What the f*** are you still doing here? I fired you I don't know how long ago." And I said, "I'm not fired. I'm not leaving." He grabbed me and I pushed back. And I was this little guy, you know. Right, he was this massive guy. And he didn't know what to do. You know, I thought he going to slap me or hit me or whatever. He calls the owner of the hotel. I said, "I don't know what to do with this little guy here." And they were saying, "You know, he's too young. He's not strong enough. He cannot do anything here. He's not good enough. And he should go back to his mother." And I said, "No, I'm not going back." I start screaming really out of desperation. And then finally he said, "You know what, if he doesn't want to go home, if he is that sad I'm doing cooking, let's send him to the other hotel." They had another hotel in town, and over there they had a woman chef. And she said, "You know, just shut up and do what I tell you to do, and do your work, and everything will be fine." Because she had kids my age, so she understood a little bit better. So I started to work there for about 3 years, and went to the school, to the cooking school at the same time. And then I was fed up with Austria. I left for France.
So you went to cooking school?
Yeah, I went to cooking school 10 weeks a year. So
is
we
that
had
where
to
it
work.
all started for you? I mean, for you to go uphill?
No, it did not start then, because at that time I still didn't know if I'm going to be a cook or not. You know, I was so young. Then I went to France when I was 17 years old.
Okay.
And that's where my life really changed.
What part of France?
I went first to Burgundy, to Dijon.
Right.
A very nice city where they have amazing wines. And there we had a party. And I looked what it was for. I didn't even know. It was, we got 1 star in the Michelin Guide, which is a famous restaurant book and where they rate restaurants. So I take one, I was staying upstairs above the kitchen in that restaurant.
Right.
And I looked through the book and I said, oh shit, there are 2-star and 3-star restaurants. We only have one. I'm not going back to Austria. I had a girlfriend there who had a little hotel on the lake. And she thought I'm going to come back and cook there. I said, no, I'm going to work in a 2- or 3-star restaurant. So I wrote everybody a letter, not everybody, but like 10 restaurants, a letter. And if I'm going to come to work, I work for free. If I'm good enough, or if I'm good, you pay me a little bit, whatever. And the first one to answer yes was Raymond Tullier at Beaumanière. He was he became my mentor, and it was the the best experience, most amazing experience I had in my life. I mean, it was incredible to be in a 3-star restaurant, having the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, stayed there because they had rooms and suites and everything
you cooked for her too?
I remember Elizabeth Taylor coming there. Yeah, I remember Picasso showed up there. Yeah, totally.
Wow.
And, so I said, I want to be like Raymond. I want to be like Raymond Tullier, the owner, who owns a restaurant, has all these famous people come and cook the most amazing food. So I think both emerged together, really, have great food, great customers. And I said, I'm going to be a cook. I want to be like Raymond.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So, everything's good?
Yeah.
Everything's good? Okay.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Joe.
So you said you wanted to be like Raymond,
Yeah.
huh? So is that where it all started for
So
you
that's
then?
that's where it really started for me. I said, I'm gonna be a chef. I'm gonna be a cook. So then from Beaumanière, I stayed 2.5 years there. I went to Monaco, to Monte Carlo, worked at l'Hôtel de Paris, and then I went to Paris, worked at Maxime's, and then a friend of mine said, I know somebody, they need a chef in New York. I said,
Okay.
America, the land of opportunity, I want to go. And he said, that's where you're really going to make money and where you really is. And as a kid there growing up, you see in America, everybody drives a Chevrolet, a Cadillac, these huge cars, which cost a fortune in Europe. You couldn't even drive through the small towns with a big car. So I said, everybody in America is a millionaire, basically, And I said, I want to be there too. I want to become a millionaire. So I got this opportunity to come to New York.
Did you go?
To cook.
Yeah.
To a restaurant called La Goulue in Manhattan.
Okay, I was going to ask you, can you remember where it was? Because I'm from New York.
Okay, so it's La Goulue was on Madison Avenue.
Okay.
In
yes.
Midtown Manhattan.
Right.
And then I arrived there and I looked at the menu. I said, hey, I don't want to cook that kind of food they had on the menu. I said, this is not. I worked in 3-star restaurants and now I have to cook steak with French fries. Forget it,
Right.
And then I went to see another friend at La Grenouille on 52nd Street. And I told him I don't like to work there. He said, okay, let me call a friend in Indianapolis. And I say, Indianapolis, that's amazing because I lived in Monaco. I love auto racing. So what did I do? The guy found me a job as a chef in a French restaurant in Indianapolis. Now, in Indianapolis, everybody eats their steak well done and White Castle hamburgers and shit like that.
Right.
So I took the Greyhound bus from New York to Indianapolis. It took like forever to get to Indianapolis.
Wow.
On the map at the bus station, it looked small, but it was it was a long trip. And I arrived there and I said, oh, shit, that's Indianapolis. It's nothing like Monaco. It's nothing like what I thought it would be. It's all flat and, nothing at that time was going on. That was in the 70s.
Right.
So, but I had no more money left. I had to start working there. Would I have had $1,000 left or $500? I would have taken a Greyhound bus to California, to San Francisco, LA, but I couldn't. I had no money left. I checked into a motel, and I didn't have a credit card or anything, just maybe $50 left in my pocket. And then I started to work in a restaurant there. I cooked more steaks well done in Indianapolis in 1 year than in the rest of my life, I think. So
Wow, well done steaks, huh?
yeah. So I spent time there, and then after a year, I got my green card. You know, I was an illegal alien. If Trump would have been president, I wouldn't be here probably with you. I would be back in Austria. You know, he wants to deport everybody. So I then moved to LA, worked in a restaurant called Ma Maison for about 5 years, 6 years, and met there Orson Welles and met Chuck Lemmon and met Sidney Poitier and all these people, which was amazing. And then in 1981, I left there to open Spago, my first restaurant, on Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. And it became like a hit, instant hit. Like if you would come out with a song, it turned platinum right away. You know, it was like...
Turned platinum right away, huh? On Sunset Boulevard.
But it was a restaurant where we actually...
And the name of it was called Spiral?
Spago.
Spago. Okay,
Yeah.
Spago on Sunset Boulevard.
Spago on Sunset.
Where was it near? Sunset and what?
Tower Records.
Okay, got you. The
Up
Tower
on the
Records.
hillside there, yeah.
It was inside the Tower Records building.
Not inside, yeah, next to the Tower
Next
Records.
to it,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it was a really an amazing success. And I remember in the old time, like Rod Stewart or Elton John, they launched a new record. At that time, they had records. You know, Tower was a record store. And they performed in the parking lot. Then they all came up to eat there. I remember having Michael Jackson and Prince and all these
I ate
people.
at your restaurant before, too.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, because what's the name of the theater? It's like a theater place right across from Tower Records. And we used to perform there all the time.
The Roxy's up the street,
Yeah.
the Whiskey's up the street. So you had all
the
this.
Roxy.
The Roxy, yeah, exactly.
And when we used to perform at the Roxy, we used to go to eat at Spago.
Yeah.
Wow, that was your restaurant?
Yeah, see. Now you gave away your
Wow,
age.
this
Are
is
you as old as me or
crazy.
what?
Kind of near there.
Getting there.
I'm kind of near there. I've been breathing some air for some years, bro.
Yeah, me too.
You know, how old are you?
71.
You 71?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got...
I could be your father almost.
Only... Well, if you can make babies at 9.
Oh, yeah.
If you can make babies at 9, then you old enough to be my dad. I'm 62.
62, cool.
Yeah. God, look, come on. Look how good we look, man.
I know. And it's
Come on.
You
Come
know,
on, look
it's,
how good this guy looks, man, for
it's the
71.
inside. It's the inside counts, not the outside.
Yeah, you don't
You
look
know,
no
it's your
71,
spirit,
bro.
your love, your passion, and that comes out outside. And that's what really life is all about, you know. I
Yeah.
really think, yes, we get gray hair, we lose some hair, whatever, we got a few wrinkles, but at the end of that, that's part of our journey.
Yo, seriously, you look around like my age.
Yeah.
Serious, bro. You don't look no 71.
Am I your oldest guest?
What's the secret? I know it ain't oil of Olay. I know you've been eating good food, though.
Good
all
food
your life and stuff.
and a young wife, and that's the two mixed together. I think it's a good thing.
So you mentioned you like auto racing, right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I used to always love, man. And one of my favorites back in the days. Can you remember a race car driver called Mario Andretti?
Oh, for sure. I met him.
You met Mario
You know,
Andretti?
he makes wine now up in Napa Valley.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I met Mario
What?
Andretti in the riverside and also in the restaurant. Yeah.
Wow.
And his son Marco too. He had a son Marco. I met a lot of them. Actually, we had a famous Austrian guy, Niki Lauda. I don't know if he raced in Formula One. So for me, race cars, and still today, I love it.
Have you ever met Al Unser and Bobby Unser? Remember the Unser brothers?
I met the Unser brothers because I was in Indianapolis, and I went back a few times to the race, and they were there. We toured the garage. I remember the last time I went with Morgan Freeman.
Wow.
He was the grand marshal of the parade, and I was in the parade, and we were in the pagoda there, and we walked around in the garage where they had the cars, and so I met them there.
All right. Have you ever met my boy, Evil Knievel?
Evil Knievel, I met him. It was so fucking long ago. I was before I opened Spago. It was at Ma Maison.
Wow.
He came in, and I still remember he had the white suit with the American flag on his thing and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That was before he jumped the Snake River or right after. I don't remember anymore, but I met him.
Yeah, 'cause he tried to jump the Grand Canyon one time too, I think, right?
Yeah, I know the Snake River.
The Snake
And
River.
I will never forget them because
And
now...
inside that rocket ship looking car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The rocket ship looking motorbike.
Yeah,
because he was
he
was a daredevil on a motorbike.
You're right.
Yep.
Wow. Hey, y'all. Flavor Flav right here with Wolfgang Puck. I can't believe I got my boy here in the studio with me, man. And we touching on some back in the day stuff. Let me tell you something. If y'all don't know about Johnny Lightning, don't get into this conversation. Y'all remember that though?
Okay. Johnny Lightning.
You have the Johnny Lightning that we used to have back in the days, and the Rock'em Sock'em Robots and all of that great stuff. Oh my God, man. Wow. So what made you grow a passion for cooking food, though?
You know, I think my passion grows, and also I think if you are successful, I think you even get more passionate. Like I'm sure in music it's the same. If you do something you are really passionate, then you are successful, then you get even more excited. So I think it's building like a wall. You know, the Pink Floyd, they did a song called The Wall, a record called The Wall.
Right.
It's just another brick in the wall. So for me, each piece is another brick in the wall. When is the wall going to be finished? We don't know.
Right.
But we just keep on building and building. And I'm building new restaurants. We are here, you know, in LA. We just opened Miroir and the Pandry Hotel in West Hollywood. Wow. And then, you know, we are here next to your famous studio here at the Bel Air Hotel. So we have a restaurant here. We are opening in Budapest, and
wow,
we're working on.
And I love Budapest.
Yeah, you like it there?
Yeah. Everywhere that you have a restaurant, I've been there and I performed.
Yeah, listen, you're in Internet.
And also, you just opened up one too in Dubai.
Yep, in Dubai.
Called Cut.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm doing my research a little bit. Come on now.
Okay, and but I'm gonna call you the professor. You're really informed.
Hey, come on, man. Let me tell you something, man. When you got somebody of your stature coming up in here, you gotta know what you talking about.
Yep, and you do, and you do.
Wolfgang Puck knows his sugar honey iced tea, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what was funny? When I saw you here at the Bel Air restaurant?
Yes.
And you said, you know who I am? I said, yes, I know who you are. What's the matter with you?
Hey, well, see, let me say this, right? Because when I see you, Wolfgang, and you were walking around to all of the tables, and you were asking everybody, hey, how's everything? Is everything good? Okay, cool. And then you walk to the next table. Hey, how you guys doing? Is everything good? And you're introducing yourself to everybody. So when you came over to my table, I'm like, I mean, I knew you was somebody. But I'm like, I feel like this guy owns this restaurant. I just feel that. I just felt it. You know, and then you came over and you asked me, hey, how's everything going? Is everything good? And I'm saying, yeah. And I said, what's your name? And you said, hi, I'm Wolfgang. I'm like, huh? I mean, Wolfgang, like as in Puck. He was like, Wolfgang Puck. And I'm like, I didn't mean to get starstruck on you and all that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it was a big starstruck moment for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious, bro. And I mean, it was just such an honor to meet you, man, and for you to just come over to our table, man. And
no, I was very excited to see you because I know you from way back, you know. And I said he can't be my enemy, so he loves food, so it's okay.
Yes. and the thing that grabbed me was after a while you told me that you knew who I was.
Yeah.
And when you told me that, I was like, wow, that's big. That a guy like you would know who I am, you know what I mean? And the whole nine, I mean,
everybody knows you from Budapest to Tokyo.
That's big. So. That's big right there. You know what I'm saying?
And I sent the picture I took with you to my kids, And they said, "Wow, Dad, you made it. You are with Flavor Flav now. Finally, you're cool."
They told you finally made it?
Yeah.
The kids had the nerve to say something like that to
I
you?
know. See?
Wow, man, that's big. That's big, man. You know what I mean?
No. It
Wow.
was a cool thing. They loved it.
So what is your best dish to cook? What
You
do
know,
like
I
to
don't
cook
have
best?
one dish. It's like if you said, what is your best song? You know, over the years, we made so many different dishes. Like at Spago, people love our smoked salmon pizza. We make a pizza with smoked salmon and caviar, which is amazing. At Miroir, our new restaurant on Sunset Boulevard, we make a duck, which is crazy good. I mean, really, really delicious. I remember Christina Aguilera was there a few days ago, and I said, "You have to try the duck." And she thought that was the best. George Clinton was there with Ben Crow, you know, the famous lawyer.
George Clinton, man.
Yeah, and I had to give them the lamb chop with
Yeah.
baked sweet potatoes. And he said, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm in Alabama or somewhere in the South, you know, to have baked sweet potato with a little whipped cream and some pomegranate and some pistachios on it. It's amazing. Plus the lamb chop with the mint sauce. So it was really, so every restaurant has its own special things, you know.
Okay.
So it's really, that's what is important. Like here at the Bel Air, on Sunday, we make our fried chicken, and like a Southern fried chicken, because the chef is from the South. So I said, make something from where you come from. And you know, he makes the best grits with the little spicy thing on top. It is so good.
Wow. Well, let me tell you this. That's one thing that I specialize in. I specialize in fried chicken. And I've had a few restaurants
Yeah.
called FFC, Flav's Fried Chicken. And I was told too that my chicken was the best chicken that was ever tasted. I was told that. And the restaurants that I had, the reason why that they didn't really succeed is because they wasn't ran right.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a restaurant and you don't run the restaurant right, it's not going to succeed.
I think so
You know?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, don't. I mean, if you do it right, it's going to come out right. If you do it wrong, it's going to come out all wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you were at least then in the music business more so than in the
Yeah,
restaurant business. But you know what? I will challenge you. You come over to the Bel Air, and we actually can do the filming of it. We're going to have our Southern chef and me against you and do a Southern fried chicken. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I just want to say, if you were to ever compete against me, and Wolfgang Puck, I know you the man with the master plan who got more restaurants than people can understand. But when it comes down to the chicken leg in the hand, I'm the last man standing. It's your funeral. If you want to go up against me, it's your funeral. I will challenge you.
All right.
I will
Okay.
challenge you. So all I'm saying is I think I could take you out.
Okay, good. Well, we'll see.
Hey, my chicken is the bomb.
I
My chicken
remember when Mike Tyson said, "I'm gonna take out Buster Douglas in the first 2 rounds." Remember what happened to him?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. He got taken out, I think, in the first round.
Not in the first, but he took out Buster Douglas, beat him in Tokyo. Or I remember when Evander Holyfield. Remember the fight?
Yeah.
Where Tyson got hungry and bit off his ear.
Yeah, bit off his ear. And we spoke about that on the last show.
Yeah.
Too. Wow, man, come on.
All right, we're gonna have the chicken. You hear the guys here? We're gonna have the chicken competition.
That's right. Yo, Flavor Flav is going to have a chicken standoff with Wolfgang Puck. I'm going to tell you something.
Yep.
My chicken is so good, it's going to leave Wolfgang Puck stuck.
Okay.
You know why? Because your taste buds are going to be hooked.
I think
chicken.
you're gonna
like. I know I'm gonna like your chicken, but I guarantee you'll like mine. I promise.
Okay, I think hopefully you don't chicken out before that.
Come on, man. This is crazy. I mean, later for the challenge, just the opportunity for me to just be next to you cooking, man, is big. It's big to me, you know. I have a good friend.
Yeah.
that you might know, and he's like, this is my colleague. This is one of my one of my besties. This guy here, he's a world's famous inventor, and I know you gotta know this man's name, Ron Popeil.
Oh my
Ron
God!
Popeil.
I know Ron
That's one of my
Popeil.
best friends, man.
I won't hold it against you now because he's in competition with me too.
He is?
Because he sold this stuff on QVC or whatever, you
Right,
know.
right. He's always on TV selling
he's always
stuff.
selling
and
some shit.
He invented the pocket fisherman.
You're right, and
Spray on hair for men.
yeah, I know. I needed some, but
the George Foreman grill. He invented that one. He did the set it and forget it.
yes, you're right. You
right.
know a lot about this guy.
Hey,
but you know what happened to him?
I'm part of his entourage.
Okay,
That's
good.
my guy. But what happened to Ron?
He moved up to Santa Barbara somewhere and basically is retired up there. So he knew he couldn't stand up to me. He tried to make a fryer and fry turkeys and do this and
Yeah,
do
he
that.
made a turkey fryer too.
Yeah, no. Forget about him. He is passé.
Okay, hey,
Yeah.
that's my boy, Ron.
Okay, all right. He is the nicest guy. I love him.
Yes,
you know,
he is, man.
actually,
One of the
when I
nicest
started to
gentlemen,
sell,
man.
you know, when I started to sell on QVC and then on HSN, I looked what he did, how he did it. I remember him having like 10 pasta machines running at the same time, making a pink pasta with beets in it, a green pasta with basil in it, a yellow pasta with saffron in it. You looked at the whole thing, it looked so appetizing and so good. The fucking pasta was shit. Don't laugh, it's not funny.
I'm laughing because see, all you guys got your ways of saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't
like,
learn English at the university like you did. You know, I learned it
Yeah.
on the street.
Okay, no doubt.
I lived in downtown LA in South Central, so that's where I
Okay.
learned English.
Okay, no doubt. Yeah, he's a real good friend of mine
Yeah.
there, you know. And like you say, he's a nice guy too.
Very
One of
nice
the-
guy, very nice
one of the
guy. Yeah, he
nicest
used to
guys.
come every Friday to lunch to Mama Zone. Every Friday.
Wow. Yeah, and we have a friend named Celestino Drago,
Yeah.
and he owns a restaurant.
Il Pastaio. And,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, so you know Celestino.
I know them very well, and Giacomino, the whole family. But I love about them, it's a family. They all go on vacation together to Sicily. The whole month of July they spent there with their mother, with their people who stayed back in Sicily and everything. Yeah, I think he is the nicest guy. Our kids went to the same school too, so it's good.
Wow. Hey, let me tell you something. You can't get nothing past Wolfgang Puck.
I
Word
wasn't
up,
born
G.
yesterday,
This,
you know
this
that.
man knows his stuff, Jack. He knows it, the ins and all of the outs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real. All of his ins, all of his outs. Yo, man, not only that, but just talking to you today, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning stuff too. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Even though you're 9 years older than me, but you've been breathing air longer than me, and you're my elders, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
I
you're
know.
one that I do
Respect. Yeah.
That's right. RESPECT. Ooh. Yo, have you ever met Aretha Franklin?
You know, her movie is coming out, no?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
No, I met her for sure. She sang, I don't know where it was once, and we actually did a party for her, and I loved her. I mean, she's as good as it gets. I mean, who can you compare her? You can't even compare to anybody.
Yeah.
She is one of the most amazing, accomplished singers anywhere.
And talking about George Clinton, the first time I met George Clinton Wolfgang, I must have been about, I don't know, maybe like 12 years old. And, you know, back where I used to live at in Freeport, Long Island, right? You know, our community, you know, we had a thing called the EOC, Economic Opportunity Council, and it was like a youth center. And they threw this trip to uh to in Florida, Tallahassee,
Uh,
Tallahassee, and I got on the elevator, and the elevator was crowded. The door closed, and it started going up, and it got stuck. That's where I met George Clinton on the elevator, being stuck on the elevator with George Clinton in Tallahassee, Florida.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't know that one day we would end up becoming friends
Yeah.
and stuff. You know what I'm saying? George Clinton, man, one of
I
the
know.
greatest.
You know how I
One
met
of the
him?
greatest guys, man. You know, and he's always singing one of my songs called "I'm Lamping, I'm Lamping, I'm Cold, Cold Lamping. I got Louis, boy, I'm not tramping." And every time I see George, he
Yeah.
always sings that to me. George says, "Hey, hold my Jimmy while I go pee." That's George. You know what I'm
He is
saying?
crazy.
He says, "Don't you know who I am? I am the father of our country."
Yeah.
Yes, Parliament,
He is. I mean, you know
Funkadelic.
how I met him? So we had dinner with
Uh-huh.
Barry Gordy and Lionel Richie.
Wow. And I met
And
Lionel Richie once too.
and then my wife knew George Clinton and his wife. And Galila says, let's go and see George. And I said, okay, I know a little bit about his music, but not much. So then
Right.
we walk in through the back. He was in a like a big ballroom on Pico Boulevard. We get in with our limo and we cram all out of the limo and go through the back. And then George said, okay, you all come up on stage. So they were all dancing on stage, and he was singing and playing and everything. And Barry Gordy and Lionel and my Galila and all of us were on stage with him. That's how I met him on stage. Can
On
you believe
stage.
that?
Yeah, when George is on stage, it's just one big party.
I know, totally crazy. Yeah,
One big party. And also his drummer, my boy Frankie Cash Waddy.
yeah,
One of my boys, you know, and also one of his keyboardists that passed away. His name was Bernie Worrell.
yeah.
You know, yeah, I miss Bernie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Parliament Funkadelic, that
Yeah.
was always my thing that I
It's,
grew up on. America Eats Its Young
yeah.
album, and
George is
that,
older than me too. He's like 80, or what is he? What how
is
old is
he?
he? I don't know. He's pretty much up there. I think so.
Hey, you know,
I even had his coat on the last time. I'll show you a picture. He
yeah.
had a
Hey,
red
listen,
sequin
that
coat.
that 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 tickled me when you sent me that picture to my phone
Yeah,
of you, George Clinton, and Benjamin Crump.
yeah.
It was like, what was it like meeting Benjamin Crump?
I think, we saw him so much on the air and everything, but I think he is a real cool guy. I think so, and I think what he does is really recommendable because I think he is helping out these people who wouldn't be here without him. You
Right.
need this voice, you need these things to bring them to the surface. How else do they gonna get like invited to the White House? If not, everybody just gonna keep quiet, and it's gonna go on the way it did for 100 years. We have to change. We have to respect each other. It doesn't matter where you come from, how rich or how poor you are, what color of your skin is, or what religion or whatever you have. And I think Penn is really a good guy out there. I really like him.
No doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. I mean, he's been doing a lot for the communities and
Yep.
for the families, and not only that, but also I want to congratulate him on being able to lead peaceful marches too.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, there's been a lot of looting, burning buildings
Yeah.
down and stuff like that. I mean, the justice system is kind of crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is when people are looting buildings and burning down buildings. This is their way of crying out about justice
Yeah.
not being fair. Even though I feel that there's still better ways to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Than burning buildings down and looting buildings. I mean, a lot of these buildings that's being burnt down and looted, these are some of these buildings, man, are these mom and pop stores. You know what I'm
Totally.
saying?
Or people break in and
yeah,
loot them and everything.
yeah.
And it's people
And
who
not
work
only
their whole
that,
life.
some of the people that own these businesses that got looted,
Yeah.
they closed their doors and locked their doors to come out in the streets and march with us.
Yeah.
And then it's not fair for them to come back and see that after they've been in the streets with us, marching with us and trying to be one of our voices, they come back to their business, it's all burnt down, it's all looted.
Yeah,
And,
it's terrible.
you
Yeah.
know,
I
mean,
think we have to figure out a way for justice. It's not with the
Yeah.
gun, it's not with violence. Yet, we have to do something on how we can really feel that everybody gets the right opportunity, that everybody
Yes.
is the same.
Right.
It's not one justice for one and another justice for other people. And I think what we had happen, God knows, we need the police, but you have some crazy guys shouldn't be police officers.
Yes, yes.
It's totally insane. When I think about it, how can somebody do that?
Right,
It's
right.
like, and it keeps on going still. It's not like it's over.
You got a lot of good police officers
Yeah,
out
totally,
there.
totally.
And they believe in doing the right thing, by the people. But then you got your share of police that just want to be on their power trip.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Who are racist,
who are racist. And just because they can do it, they'll do shit just to try to get away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
it's-
Instead of protecting the people, it's more about themselves and making them name for themselves around their police station and
it's
stuff
right.
like
So-
that.
so many
You
crazy
know, and
cases.
and it's real wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, we look up to the police to protect us.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when I see people on the streets marching and then they're fighting against the police, I mean, my thing is this: fighting against the police, you're not going to win. Number one, Second of all, if you want your voice to be heard, you got to be in the street to be heard. And every voice that gets locked up is one less voice out on the street to be heard.
Yeah.
So the name of the game is to not go to jail, not get arrested, so that way your voice can be heard.
Yeah, totally.
That's,
But it's
that's
have
my
to
thing.
have the right education. And I think in America or in LA here where I live, when you look the disparity of education from here to there, it's crazy. And
Yes.
I think if anything we should do is help these mothers who are alone with their kids, who don't even know who the father is or the father moved away, help them out.
Right.
And get them on their feet, get them an apartment or whatever, get the kids to a good school, look that the kids have enough food and everything. And I think we have to start helping people who are less fortunate. We try to help everybody in the world. We send arms all over the world, and yet we don't help our own people.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Like you said, we need to help a lot of people out that's less fortunate than we are.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? But then, too, you have your share of people, too, that are less fortunate than us, and they don't try. They just expect it to be handed to them. I mean, you have your share of people like that. I'm the type of person like this, Wolfgang. If I see you trying, I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
But if I see that you're not really trying and you expect me to do it all, no, I'm going to leave you just on your own.
No, I think
You
though we have people who are mentally not 100% like we are.
Right.
So for them, you expect them to go to work? No, we have to help them along. And these people really need the help. The other ones need jobs. We have to create jobs where people can go to work, because I really believe that if you're on unemployment, you want to have some dignity, you want to have some pride and accomplish something and work for it, work for your money.
That's
I
right.
think right now the government is giving out money. We cannot find people to work in our
Right.
restaurant.
Yeah, and that's because too a lot of people just sitting around getting
Yeah, they said,
money.
"Oh, why work? Why
You
work
know what
if
I'm
we
saying?
get free money?"
But you know what? I guarantee you, they'll start showing up to work once that government money runs out.
Oh, we'll have to.
You
We'll have
know,
to. Yeah.
because people start sitting around getting comfortable, forgetting,
Yeah.
you know, where they came from. One thing you can't do is forget where you come from, because God gives you the power to have everything that you got. You know, every day that I wake up and open my eyes, I thank Him
Yeah.
for letting me be able to open my eyes. There's a lot of people that went to sleep last night. They didn't wake up like we did today, but He gave us the power to wake up today. So every time when I go to eat, I do say my grace and I thank Him for the food.
Yeah.
You know, it's always right to thank God for your food. You know what I'm saying?
No, totally.
It's always right to thank Him for everything that you're able to receive. You know? And if you can receive, then you should be able to give.
Yeah.
Because you can't just receive, and not give. It don't work that way.
No, I think for me, giving
Yes.
is much better than receiving anything. You know, not that I need much. If I have my health, my family and friends have the health, I think that's the most important thing. The rest, you know, we make a little more money, we make a little less money, but to be able to share your success, to be able to share what you do with other people and help them up, to lift them up, I think that for me is the most important thing. And nothing gives me more pride and joy when I see some of my cooks who open their small little taco place downtown, some of my waiters who open a bar somewhere in West Hollywood. To me,
Right.
that's really the best thing. I'm so proud of them, and it's really great to see how we can help through our education and our restaurant to make them better and become more professional, make them a better person, and hopefully do like us, give something back to the community. Because I always said, you know, when we opened Spago, I said, you know, if we are not interested in the community doesn't gonna be interested in you.
That's right.
So
That's
we
right.
always try to give back everywhere we go. If we open in Dallas or we open in Chicago or in New York, we always try to give back to the community and help the people who are less fortunate.
That's right. It's always important to give back.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one thing about me. You know, I'm always giving back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that my celebrity is at a high status, Wolfgang, and the average celebrity that's at my status, they walk around with bodyguards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all they can't even get in there next to them.
Don't bother me.
But a guy like me, one thing about me, when people come up and ask me for a picture, I don't say no. When they want an autograph or a handshake or a hug, I don't say no.
Yeah.
You know, always give back to the people who made you who you are.
Yeah, totally.
Because if it wasn't for these people, we wouldn't be who we are to society.
Yeah.
Only to society. I mean, we would still be who we are,
Yeah.
but not who we are to society.
Yeah.
So it's society that makes us big like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people, when they come up to me, man, they be treat me as if I'm bigger than King Kong.
Yeah.
But I'm not that size to me.
Yeah.
I'm only this size to me.
Yeah, no,
You
I
know?
think we are grounded. We know where we are. We love what we do.
Yes.
And we love to help other people. And I think for me, to make people happy in the restaurant is like the best place, because I cook something great. I go out, say hello to the guests and say, oh my God, this was the best time, the best experience I ever had. Now, if I would be a dentist and then drill at some damn teeth, and people are going to go and say, oh my God, it fucking hurts, you know, and you're not going to make them that happy until maybe you get a big smile and get nice teeth after a while. But you only can do it so often. And for us in a restaurant, I can get 100 people every day like you performing in front of an audience. You know, you have thousands of people cheering and dancing and getting crazy. I mean, it gives you all this energy. It's really the best thing.
Let me ask you this. What is one of the most valuable things that you've learned that helped you to get to where you are right now?
Well, I think the most valuable thing is, you know, a lot of people have a lot of excitement, but no endurance. How
Right.
you marry excitement and endurance. You are so excited about one thing for a week, and then you go on to the next, and people go on to the next, instead of sticking to something. And
Right.
since an early age, I did not take no for an answer. You know, I said, you know, no is not
Same
an
here.
answer.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about me. I wouldn't take no for an answer. And not only that, Wolfgang, but I never cared what anybody had to say about me. Because at the end of the day, I
Yeah.
live in here,
Yeah.
you know? And the only one that's going to make my decisions for me is me. So I try to make the most right decisions as possible
Yeah.
in my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I try to do things to where if a person sees me doing it, they wouldn't mind following me doing it.
Yeah, no,
You
no. I
know?
think so. You have to lead by an example, you know, by example. And I think that's really the most important thing is not do what I say, do what I do, you know. And to me, it's important. Like for me, I remember when my stepfather, who always told me I'm good for nothing, and I told him one day I'm going to come with a Mercedes and drive through the front door in your house. I'm not coming home before.
Let's
So,
go through with the machetes,
The
huh?
first thing was, I want to prove him wrong. You're going to tell me I'm good for nothing. I'm going to show you I'm not that person. You don't even know me. How can you say something like that? And now, looking back, it's easy. How can you do that to a kid? You know, he's 14 years old who doesn't know what's going on and say you're good for nothing all the time. It's crazy.
Well, let me tell you something. Even though you had plans for yourself, but God had plans for you too.
Yeah.
And look how far He's brought you from 14 years old
Yeah.
to now. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of the greatest things that you could say, you know, to be able to want to look out for people who are less fortunate. Because there's a lot of people that wouldn't have even made it this far from 14 years old, you know, and by the grace of God, you're one of them, you know, which is big, you know. I want you to tell me about your new documentary that you got coming to Disney.
Yeah. So
Ha
Disney.
ha, I thought I didn't
you
know,
already.
huh?
We let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, got to let the cat out the bag. Come
Yeah.
on, what's going on,
All
Wolfgang?
right,
Tell
so
you, boy.
I am very excited about that. Even it's only part of my life, really, but it is from my youth to when I made it to a certain level. It's when I really look at the movie, it is very emotional. It's very beautifully shot and everything. We went to Austria, where I grew up, and we shot there. We even went to the grave of my mother. My mother, I didn't talk about her. She was an angel. Why she married the devil? I guess it's the yin and the yang. You know, they were like so
Yeah.
opposite. And often ask my
I know
mother,
how that
what
story
did you
goes."
think? Why did you marry him? Maybe he was that good in bed or something. I have no damn idea. But I think this movie really shows, and young people especially, who look at me now and say, oh, Wolfgang has a restaurant here, a restaurant there, I'm going to do the same thing. But to show them that hardship and endurance and perseverance are the most important thing in life. Then, if you persevere, you really can go somewhere. A lot of people, the smallest obstacle, they walk away from it and said, it's an obstacle, you know, it's just an obstacle. It's not like it's going to change your life. You go over it, sideways it, under it, wherever you do, you go and continue. And I think to me that's really important. And the movie really shows me how I went as a kid in Austria in the cellar peeling potatoes to coming where I am today, having restaurants all over the place, doing a lot of different things, being on a show with Flavor Flav and all these things, showing me with David Letterman and on Good Morning America. So I think it's really a very, very insightful picture. And David Gelb, who is the director, who actually filmed a lot of the Netflix shows, Chef's Table, he did a great job of, not Hollywoodizing it, not making it like about the celebrities, but making it about me.
Wow.
So you will enjoy the movie.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
The 25th,
I can't
the
wait.
25th of June, in 1 month.
25th of June, that's
Yeah.
when it comes out.
Yeah, and they actually entered the film at the Tribeca Film Festival, so it's going to show there the 12th of June. So I'm going to go to New York.
And where could we find it? Where would it be
It's
shown?
on Disney Plus.
On Disney
On
Plus.
Disney streaming, yeah.
Okay, on Disney streaming.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
cheap. You can get it for $6 a month or some little
Okay.
change like that. So,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I think it's great for the parents to show their kids also. And that's why Disney loves the film so much, because Disney is a lot about families and kids too, And I think showing the kids that perseverance, that hard work can get you anywhere. The sky is the limit.
That's right.
Yep.
Sky is the limit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And God is watching over us.
Yes. Just like right now, my mom and my dad, they passed away a few years back and everything. But when it comes down to death, because, and I know my mom, she's with me right now, right here, listening to this conversation that I'm having with you. You know what I'm saying? The body, to me, is nothing but a shell that goes into the ground. But my mom, she's still here. It's just that I can't see her, but she can see me. And God gave her the power to be able to watch over my whole family at one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the power that you get once you cross over. I say that there's nothing in this world that's promised to us. The only thing that's promised to us is death, because it's a promise. One day we gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One day we gonna die, but until then, the reason why I wear this clock is because time is the most important element that we have in our life, and we can't afford to waste none of it.
Totally.
And each minute that this minute hand goes around, we have to use each second to our best value.
Totally.
And we got to get all out of life we can while we're here. And we got to try to get all of the fun, have all of the fun that we can while we're here. Because when people like you and myself, when we die, we become nothing but memories, bro. Yeah. But we want to be the most influential, the most creative, the most innovative. We want to be talked about hundreds of years after our death. Stuff like that,
Not about me, you maybe, but me, I don't think it's gonna be that much.
Come on, man. Wolfgang.
I hope my kids remember me and my grandkids.
Hey, check this out. Wolfgang Puck, you're gonna live forever.
Yeah.
Your name is definitely gonna live forever. Come on, man. Wolfgang Puck, come on, man.
Okay, it's from your
is,
mouth to the guy up there.
They created this museum out in Washington, D.C. called the African American Institute Museum. And we have a display in there, too.
Yeah.
Public Enemy. We have a display in there. Also, George Clinton, they got the mothership in there and everything. You know what I'm saying? So your name is plastered just like that. Like
Actually, you know where you can find me?
I mean,
on
not
Hollywood
branded.
Boulevard. I got this town on Hollywood Boulevard, so that's as close as people are going to remember me.
Huh?
I got this town on the Hollywood Boulevard. They have all these stars. So when you're right next to the Dolby Theater there, where the Oscars are, is my star over
You
there.
got a star there?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go find your star and take a picture there, and I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
And you know what? One day I'm gonna have me a star too.
Okay, we'll get it
I'm
done.
gonna have me a star too. Word up.
Okay.
Hey, yo, Tess.
Okay.
What's up, Tess? You the best out here in the West. And you brought over my second guest. Thank you, Tess. Wow, you have to
Thank
give
you,
a shout
man.
out. I had to give a shout out to the PR, baby. Word up,
Yeah.
G. On the show. Hey, Wolfgang Puck, thank you so much, man, for coming over here, man, and
No, thank
being
you.
on-
My
and
pleasure.
and being on the show with me, man. I mean, I'm very honored, man. I'm blown away. And listen, when you do yours, please let me know, because I want to be a guest on yours too.
Okay, fantastic.
You know?
But first, we're gonna do the chicken combat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I am all in for it. I'm all in for the fun. I'm all in for the challenge.
Okay, good.
And do you eat fried chicken?
Oh, I love it. What do you mean?
Okay, well, guess what? I promise you, I will have your taste buds hooked.
Oh,
I'm serious.
remember, talk is cheap, so
Hey.
you have to walk the walk now.
And not only will I have your taste buds hooked, but also from me to you, I want to present you my book.
Oh, the flavor. All
Yes, I
right.
wrote this book a few years back. You know what I'm saying? It's called Flavor Flav, the icon
Yeah.
of memoirs.
All right. Looks beautiful.
And then also, I mean, all of my stories are true.
Yeah.
And then also, like I told you, I used to be a cook.
Yeah.
And
So that you mean
in
there is
in the back of the book, I put a few of my recipes.
Okay. So you mean there's hope for me? You started as a cook. You look where you end up. I started as a cook. Who knows where I'm gonna end up? Huh?
Hey, I know where I'm going to end up. Hey, you know what? One day, because I'm going to open up another restaurant, and then I'm going to start my franchise.
Okay.
And I visioned that one day, all of my FFCs are going to supersede KFCs. You know, and I'm not in competition with the Colonel.
Yeah.
I'm just in competition with myself.
Exactly.
You
You
know,
cannot
but-
compete with other people. You compete with
I
yourself to
wanna-
be the best you can be and do the best job you can do.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, and that's it. You know
Well,
what I'm
I
saying?
will give you my honest opinion about your fried chicken, and maybe we do a fried chicken together.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Let's make it happen.
The-
Ooh, from your mouth to God's ears, baby.
Okay. And
Yo,
to
did y'all
his-
hear Wolfgang Puck, G? Yo, guess what, G? Don't be surprised. Y'all find some FFC on Wolfgang Puck's menu.
Hey.
Word up, G, because I'm going to have this man's taste buds hooked. He's going to be like, hey, where were you when I first started this business? Yeah, and also just to let you know that the recipe that I season my chicken with, it's my own.
Okay.
You know, and see, when I cook my chicken, I put love into it. I wash it real good. I wash the meat off real good.
Yeah.
Then I season it. Then after I season it, then I put it through gold medal, the flour,
Flour, yeah.
and then I drop it down into that 360.
Okay.
Drop it into that 360, or either sometimes 365 will work too.
Okay.
Drop it in there for about a good.
Well, I get
12
ready.
So about 9 to 12 minutes. Come on, man, chicken legs and wings and stuff like that. Yeah, man.
All
yeah,
right, we'll do it.
I got it going. But,
I'm excited now.
so listen,
We're gonna call it Flavor Puck.
Okay, Flavor Puck.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you, Wolfgang.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Everybody, what more can I say, man? Wolfgang Puck.
Thank you.
Right up. Right here on the Flavor Flav Show, baby. Original podcast. Yeah, that's right, G. Can't nobody pull it off like me. Wolfgang Puck. Thank you, Wolfgang.
Thank you, Flavor Flav. I am so proud and excited to be with you here because I love your energy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. And I'm always, and I promise to always keep high energy for you. And if your energy ever gets low, promise me you'll call me and
Okay. I have your number.
I can help boost it up over the phone, man.
Okay, perfect. All right.
You got us, little brother. We good.